Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm ChosenEyes, professional psychic medium who also happens to be a doctor, on a mission to train the next generation of unlikely healers. Every Monday, I offer something called a Monday morning mantra to kind of set the tone for the week, and here's this week's. Don't hoard the hurt. Just focus on the solutions. Now, does this mean that you just take any slight lightly and just, turn the other cheek and let somebody abuse you and treat you horribly? Absolutely not. However, we all have a tendency to do this thing where we have an injustice, someone treats us horribly, or maybe we've done something and had a miscalculation that, we've done to ourselves, right? And from that, we tend to harbor and hoard the hurt, the disappointment, the anguish that comes with that. And where do we do that? We store that up here and we store that right up here, right? Well, physically speaking, that creates stress and distress and dis-ease. And one of the ways that you see this manifest is with the production of cortisol, right? Which is a stress hormone. And one of the ways that you see this manifest on bodies, especially for ladies or, feminine informing humans, tends to be right there, that spare tire that nobody likes, right? So in doing that, you're not only hauling it around up here, you're hauling it around down here, right? Because as above, so below. Now, why is this important? It also causes brain fog. So the healing process can't really happen if you're harboring hurt and you aren't able to think clearly. So what's a better solution? Well, take a breath. If it's you in a dynamic with family, friends, external connections, politely excuse yourself from the moment and just say, hey, I need a moment. I need to decompress. I need to calm down. I need to sit with this. This is a lot, right? That's not you backing down. That's not you being inferior. That's not you losing the situation or losing the argument. That's you being healthy and self-aware enough to know, you know what? I don't need to be here right now because I'm not going to contribute anything that's healthy. Take a beat. Take a step back, right? Allow yourself to process all the feels. Be angry, be hurt, be disappointed, feel betrayed, all the things. I'm not telling you not to be human in this, but what I am telling you to do is to pause so that way you can feel all those things. And once you allow yourself to feel all those things and you're in a space where you can actually talk about them in a space that's heart-centered and head-centered, right? Because it's not just about being productive in the conversation. It's about making sure that healing is happening in the conversation for yourself and for the other parties involved. If this is something that you've got going on internally, give yourself a moment to process the moment and acknowledge your humanity in it, right? Maybe you were afraid to talk to that person that you were really attracted to at that last party or at the coffee shop. Maybe there was a great opportunity for a job or a business opportunity and you didn't follow up on it and you missed out. Maybe there was a bigger reason why that didn't need to happen, or maybe there was a lesson that needed to be learned. Maybe you can glean from that situation, you know what? That's something I should address, right? Try to find some value in the moments where you're hurt and disappointed, not because it's about finding the silver lining in everything, but it's an opportunity for you to really look at yourself and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling about this. Do I want to continue to feel this way? What can I do, right, from an empowered space to move forward? I will also state there's nothing worse than being a person who wants to apologize for something and someone not receiving your apology with grace or integrity or tact. So if you are the person who may be the transgressor in the situation and someone is actually making themselves more vulnerable and availing themselves to being a little bit more of a sitting duck in your situation, if you're not in a space to accept the apology, graciously step back and say, you know what? I'm not in a space to receive what you're offering right now. Give me a moment to process what just happened between us. Right? Because guess what happens in that moment? You're not creating more trauma. You're not inflicting more pain. You're not creating more damage in the situation. You're allowing the moment to stay where it is for you to go off, heal in your own way for a little bit, or at least process the moment, right? Cool down, and then be able to come back to allow whatever healing can happen and whatever solutions can like prevail themselves to the people involved, you're allowing that to come back around. Now, why are we talking about this? It's eclipse season. And one thing I know about eclipse season is that it begets a series of tower moments, right? And by tower, I mean reference to the tarot card, right? Sudden change, things crumbling down, your world seeming to turn asunder, things being stripped away from you, all nouns, people, places, things, ideas, right? But the beautiful thing about the tower is that you always land on your feet, right? You're like a cat with 9 lives. You will always land on your feet. You will always bounce back if you allow what needs to go be stripped away. If you let it fall off, right? Sometimes that means you need to fall back. Sometimes that means you need to hear and hear and hear. It's not about winning with the ego. It's about, is this the greater good for all parties involved? And if it's something that's specific to just you, is this for the greater good of what it is that I'm building for myself? Do you want to be in a deathlock and in this horribly traumatic and disgusting relationship with hurt hoarding? Or do you actually want to be able to air out that closet and fill it with happier memories and experiences? If you're going to have something that you're constantly chewing over and replaying over up here, wouldn't you want it to be something a little bit sweeter, a little healthier, a little bit more peaceful, versus always reliving the moments that involve stress, high anxiety, and turmoil? Consider it. Anyway, keep your gazes forward. Again, like, share, subscribe, do all the things. If you're enjoying this content, please, by all means, share this. It would mean a lot to me. If you feel that this could reach or help anyone else, greatly appreciate it. Keep your gazes forward, y'all.